Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Miss Terry Flower, and you are now tuned in to the Terry Flower Show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please remember everything discussed on this page is alleged. All photos and all of that stuff that's going to be used is for fair use purposes only, okay? But anyway, how is everybody out there doing? I hope everybody is doing good, and y'all get on in here so we can talk about these folks' business. Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Miss Terry Flower, and we are here today to review Love and Marriage Huntsville Reunion Part 2. So let's go ahead and get into it, all right now? Well, the episode pick up where we left off. We still got Tisha and Kiki arguing back and forth across the stage, honey. Tisha is spilling all of Kiki's tea. She's talking about how Kiki paid for her husband to go on a date with another woman. She was saying Kiki done had infidelity on both sides of her marriage. And Kiki like, yeah, we did. Doggone Maurice on the other side of the stage on some T, come on now. Don't bring a man in this marriage into this situation, T. And Tisha say, I'm not mad. I said, girl, this is a fool. All right, this is embarrassing, honey. Not just for y'all too, but for the rest of y'all family, honey. Oh, Lord, child. Oh, we're going to go move on. Marceau jumping into the conversation. Thompson, what? She paid? Mel is me. Mel holding her damn pearls, honey. She is shocked and appalled, honey. That's me. All right. Child, that doggone Kiki say Lisa ain't no big head dummy, honey. And that's when Courtney got in, and Courtney was like, calm down. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get Kiki to calm down, baby, you know. Doggone Tisha was like, well, after all that happened, she's still married, so who the dummy? And Tisha looked over at Kiki. She said, you know I ain't no dummy. You know how you do people that really know you for real. You be like, girl, don't play with me. You know. Now, the rest of these might not know, but you know, okay? Girl, what the hell is going on? So Carlos gives Kiki the opportunity to defend herself. Kiki said, yes, there has been infidelity on both sides of her marriage or whatever. But the whole situation that Tisha is talking about her paying for him to go on a date, she was like, in their 20s or whatever, she gave him some money. And then later on, she called him out on a date or whatever like that. And everybody on the stage was like, I thought she like paid for the date. Like she knew that, like it was arranged. Everybody like, Tisha little receipt fell flat. Girl, embarrassing. Okay, embarrassing. She just said that one might have fell flat, but I got another one for you, right? She pulled some paper from behind her back. She was like, see, I want to show you the reason why I wasn't talking to her at Kimmy's backyard boogie. All right. And that's because I had an opportunity to get my hands on the conversation that she had with the man or whatever. They put the camera on Kiki over there like, I was like, oh, Lord, Kiki. Kiki, baby, defend yourself in this time. You've been saying a lot. Now, we all agree with you that Tisha and Marceau's situation is very suspicious. It's very suspicious. But like you and us, ain't nobody got no receipts, honey. That's why you can't ride the situation too hard, because ain't nobody got no receipts. And on top of that, Tisha don't wanna know. But anyway, let's go and move on, child. Tisha goes on to explain what is on this paper is her full conversation between her and Kiki. She had opportunity to hear the conversation between Kiki and the dude, about all the little mess about Marceau cheating. She had opportunity to hear the conversation between Kiki and the dude, and she went to Kiki and asked her, did you say anything about me and Marceau to the dude? And Kiki was like, no, I didn't talk about y'all. And Kiki over there on the other side of the stage, so she's a liar, And Carlos was like, that's a lot of paper, that's a whole bunch of paper you got right there. Carlos was basically letting her know, baby, you printing out way too much shit. I'm not gonna read all that, okay? It ain't even that serious, child. Well, what we gonna do is we gonna go ahead and move on, and I want to ask Kimmy and Melody. So Carlos asks Mel and Kimmy, do they feel like Tisha is in denial by what she's being told by Kiki? Child, why both of them bow their heads like they in prayer, like they finna join hands? Mel say, go Kimmy. Kimmy say, go Mel. Martell on the other stage, hollering, honey. Girl, this is too much. So after Kimmy and Mel go back and forth, you go, no, you go. Doggone Kimmy finally decides to go, and Kimmy says no, she does not think that Tisha is in denial. She thinks that Tisha is exhausted. It's been so many years and ain't nobody brought no receipts. Ain't nobody brought no proof. So she feel like, Tisha is exhausted, and child, Mel is exhausted with Kimmy, and so am I. Girl, if that's how you felt, girl, why you did the whole back and forth, no you go, no you go, no, why did you do all of that if you was going to say something that was going to be in agreement and in alignment with what Tisha wanted you to say? That's because that ain't how you really feel. Kimmy, you wearing me out this damn reunion, and you supposed to be my girl. You getting on my nerves already. We're going to go ahead and move on. We're going to go ahead and move on. So then we go ahead and get into Mel's response. Now, before Mel gives her response, they put the camera on Marceau. He looking a little nervous, clutching his collar. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Mel says that she knows from experience when you decide to walk away from a marriage, especially when you have kids and you've been together for a long time, you know what I'm saying, that it is a, that's a big decision to make. And she was like, Tisha feel like she doesn't have anything concrete. I said, okay. Then Carlos introduces Kiki back into the conversation, and he's like, you've been very adamant and passionate about saying these things about Tisha being dumb. You literally call her dumb, and Kiki like, yeah, I call her dumb, yeah, or whatever like that. All right, so real quick, I'm going to pause for the calls and just say, child, I'm over the whole Kiki, Tisha, and Marceau situation. I'm over it, but I'm going to keep reviewing this part just for y'all because I love y'all. All right, but anywho, so back to the doggone scene, child. So across the stage or whatever like that, Kiki is sitting over there explaining to Carlos what she feels that Tisha is dumb and stupid about. First of all, knowing me and knowing the person that I am, why would I just all of a sudden make up something to ruin their marriage? To get relevance on TV. That's Marceau. He jumped in the conversation. To be relevant on TV. Relevant on TV? I'm relevant without TV. That's why y'all spreading all my business. Then Carlos jumps in and says, Kiki's sobriety has been put to the test. Some best like that. He said, child. So we want to know if she was over it or half-baked or whatever, child. So now we got to go through all these flashbacks of everybody talking about the situation with the stealing out of the doggone home goods store. I don't know if it was Home Depot or Lowe's, but she was showing up taking out of there. I put the picture of her, baby, that's you. What happened? We better address that, but whatever. Let's keep moving, honey. Then we go through the whole situation at Kimmy's backyard boogie. You know what I'm saying? They scratch your ass and get glad. Drug test I had. Do it then, bitch. We go through all of that. Then we go through Mel giving her the drug test out there at the damn storage unit. Girl, all I see is negative. We go through all of that, honey, child, so whatever. So then we get back to the reunion, and Carlos was like, Kiki, we seen you throw a drink on your cousin. Like, when we seen Mel throw a drink on Martell, I feel like we always like, girl, go ahead, or whatever like that. And then he leans over to Martell, and he was like, no shade. And was I tripping, or did Martell wink at him? But we gonna go ahead and keep moving. Carlos says, according to cast and crew, they have been conversations about Kiki's behavior being very erratic at times. And he was like, to Tisha's credit, when you came to that backyard boogie, she ignored you. She didn't say anything to you. Kiki say, well, she knows one of my triggers is when I'm ignored. That's a trigger for me. Kiki leaning, baby, leaning. Just because a motherfucker ignore you doesn't mean you should douse them with a drink, baby. That's not how that works, all right? Lord. So Carlos asks everybody, when y'all seen all of that happening, did anybody question and was like, you know what, I think Kiki may be back on drugs? Marceau jumps in and says yes. Doggone Tisha jumps in and Tisha says she's still on drugs. She never got off drugs or whatever like that. And then Tisha says that Kiki told her about a time where she took the drug dealer money and paid him back with his own money. That just happened last year. And Kiki was like, girl, no, that didn't. That was 5-6 years ago. And then Marceau said he'll put $100 on the fact that Kiki's still on drugs. And I'm just like, girl, y'all, this is embarrassing as hell. Cause y'all ain't up here just friends or any of that. What? This is your fam. This is embarrassing as hell. We gonna go and move on. So the other people on the stage answered the question of, did they feel like Kiki was on drugs after she doused Tisha ass with that cup of water, right? And so Mel says that was not her first thought. She did not think that Kiki was on drugs. However, she did feel like it was inappropriate, and she said that to her. Then it went to Kimmy. Kimmy said that was not her. Well, no, it didn't go to Kimmy. It went to Maurice. Maurice said that he felt like Kiki was just trying to have a moment, and she was willing to sacrifice Tisha, and she did that, and she got her moment because we talking about it here on the reunion. Then we go to Mel. Mel says no. Not Mel, but Kimmy says no, that was not her first thought. However, when you look at things in hindsight and you start to pay attention to things, it's like, yeah, when she did come into the party, she said, hey, to me, she was sweaty and she was jittery. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, child, let's see how this goes. So Carlos asks Kiki the big question that we all been wondering. Well, honey, you told us that you was on methadone, but when you took that drug test, you tested negative for everything, but wouldn't the methadone have shown up in your system or whatever? And then Marceau suggested she use somebody else's pee. Now, who else pee she was in? It was only her and her husband and the producers and Mel. Okay, and then Mel says, to be clear, I like things to be straight up and down. I went into the bathroom with her, and I'm like, now, Mel, we did not see that. Now, we did not see that, Mel. Maybe I'm tripping. Y'all correct me in the comment. I did not see Mel go in that bathroom. I clearly remember Kiki going in that bathroom by herself. And we also question that as well about that. Whatever, we're going to go move on. So Carlos gives Kiki the third degree, doggone it. He just makes it plain. It's very strange that you say you take methadone daily. However, when you tested with this drug test, it did not come back in your urine sample. Okay, then he also goes into asking Kiki, are you on drugs now? She says no. He said, are you on any hard drugs? She says she's never taken any hard drugs. The most she's done is Percocet, something that everybody else has done. Carlos asks, has she been on drugs the whole time of filming? She said no, she has not been on drugs at all. She is willing to take a drug test right now. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, she bet she ain't on no drugs, doggone. Now, again, I'm going to pause for the cause. What was irritating me during this scene is I don't like how Marceau continuously interjects, like, I'll take the bet. I'll put money on it. How much you want to put down? Like, antagonizing Kiki. And I'm like, bro, this ain't even your cousin. He goes into talking about how he done had to come pick Kiki up multiple times and all of this when her mama wouldn't do it, her husband wouldn't do it. And Kiki was saying that the one time that he did come and pick her up is because her husband took her keys and she said that she'll walk. I don't know if any of this is true, but again, this is embarrassing. All right, what up? Then they also go into the whole situation about her stealing the lock out of the store. And Tisha was just like, when she seen that, she like, girl, why is you stealing locks? And Kiki like, exactly, why would I be stealing a lock? And then Marceau was like, of course, we ain't even going to get into all that. Of course, a person would steal a lock, take it back to the store, get the money so you could be able to buy drugs. And then Kiki say, well, how the hell I'm going to return a lock without a receipt? He was like, all you got to do is get a gift card or whatever like that. And she was like, see how he know and I didn't know that? I said, Lord, don't let Marceau be up here dry snitching on himself. Whatever. Anyway, they wrap that on up in a little bow. Kiki says she will be vindicated. You know what I'm saying? She said, I never said that picture wasn't me. I said the story they attached to it. That wasn't true. So Kiki says she's going to be vindicated, child. We thought she was going to be vindicated at the doggone reunion, but they flashed it on us again. At the time of the filming of this show, there have been no charges filed against Kiki Jabari concerning the Crime Stoppers incident. So when we come back from commercial, we got Nell and Chris Fletcher on the stage. We also got the Whitlows out there on the stage or whatever like that. So Carlos is asking Tiffany, are you ready for my hot seat? She like, are you ready for my hot seat? Or whatever. They laugh or whatever like that. Then he had Chris get up there and he was like, Chris, you are a TikTok sensation. I want you to show me some of those dance moves. And they get up there, they dance, whatever like that. So we thinking he finna get into either the Whitlows or, into the Fletchers. No, sir. He says, well, throughout these Huntsville streets, Martell, they're like, what? So then we go down the rabbit hole of delusions and we got to see Martell be asking Mel, could she ever forgive him, get back with him, letting other people know he ain't really even want to get the divorce. And well, before we even get all the way there, child, first we start off with Tiffany delusional ass gonna ask Sheree, do you think your cootie cat that good to keep Martell? Girl, that was crazy as hell. All right. And then we go into all of that I was just talking about. Martell talking about how he still wanted to be with Mel. He telling anybody who a damn listen, So back on the reunion, Carlos asked Kimmy why didn't she feel like the relationship between Martell and Sheree was real. She was just saying she didn't see the warm fuzzies, the little kisses with a little tongue. She didn't see none of that, so she felt like it was more of like a business relationship. And Martell told him, I barely seen y'all two kiss. Talking about Kimmy and Maurice, maybe seen y'all kiss maybe once, and that's when y'all got married. I was like, nah. She was like, Kimmy say, you lie. I said, oh, Lord, here go Martell with the fool la la. Carlos says, a lot of people felt like you and Sheree made a pact to have this little fake relationship on both of y'all shows so y'all can have some type of relevancy. I said, that's exactly what it is, Carlos. All right. Child, this whole segment they talking about Martell and Sheree relationship. Everybody know that relationship was fake. He even said they were just friends. Can we please move on from this? We don't care. We don't care, okay? Then they drift off into the whole conversation with Tiffany, because Tiffany interjected. And Tiffany was like, well, if you and her just friends, why you had to come at me like that? Marceau on the other side of the station said, yeah, he did come at you kind of aggressive, All of this is just dumb, okay? I don't even care about this mess. We're going to keep moving. So Carlos asked Martell, do you think it is hard for you to date other women because you still have feelings for your ex-wife? He going to look at Carlos and say, who said I still have feelings for my ex-wife? Carlos said, well, the cameras have seen it. And Nell said, and you told me that too when we was having our conversation. I said, Lord. So Martell looks over at Nell. He said, well, when did I say that to you, Nell? She said, when we had our scene and our conversation on the porch, you told me that if you could change everything, you would change everything, and it would be Mel. And Nell said, that's the type of stuff I be hearing, too. And then Marceau said, yeah, you even told somebody that today. Child, and they put the camera on Tiffany. Tiffany got the same look on her face like me. Goodness gracious. So Carlos jumps in there and Carlos says, so Martell, you finding out about the whole name change or whatever like that. How did you feel about that? And Martell was just like, it's like, okay, I could see if she was getting remarried or something, but she's not. So it's like, why do that? And then Mel said, why does it matter to you? He was like, it don't, I was just asked a question, so, I'm just going to respond to it. Martell trying to downplay everything that he done said to people, and Nell was like, you said that to me in the scene and off camera, and Mel said, yeah, he done said stuff, same type of stuff to me like that off camera or whatever like that. And then Carlos like, well, do you try to get away from that because you don't want Mel to bury you in the truth, Marceau told him, or you just don't want to get in trouble with your wife. Mel say, exactly. Thanks, Marceau. Nell said, who is his wife? So Carlos asked, are you in a relationship with your child's mother? He was like, no, of course not. I'm single. Marceau say, do she think you in a relationship? I said, Marceau. Maurice say, Marceau is hell. This reunion ain't. Oh. Mel said, he's lying. I do think they're in a relationship because every time my kids are over there, she's always there. So Carlos asked Mel, does it hurt you that she's around your kids? And Mel was like, it don't hurt me. I just go into protective mode, to have your kids around somebody who says such nasty things about you as well as their father. Martell over there trying to overtalk her, telling him, I'm pretty sure the 19 babysitters you done had done said. And Mel was like, see what I'm talking about? I'm talking about a young lady who has disrespected our marriage, and he making direct shots at me. See what I'm saying to you right here? And Mel, baby, I just want you, after this reunion, baby, please don't even address this mess with Martell no more. Even when Carlos get to trying to dig and keep setting up this same situation, baby, avoid these type of questions. Please, because I'm sick of it. Because one thing you can't do, you cannot convince somebody who is intended on not agreeing with you. They don't want to understand. Sometimes people just don't want to understand where you're coming from. They don't want to understand it. They don't want to. You can present all the facts. You can lay it all down. You can exhibit A, exhibit B. You can take all your time and do all of that. But if they are intent on not getting what you're saying, not understanding where you're coming from, not accepting the truth and the facts, they're not going to accept it. And I just feel like as a person who watches this show and enjoys this show, I am over this whole storyline about Mel and Martell. Can we please move on? All right, whatever. Mel and Martell get to going back and forth about this paperwork, and Martell tells me Mel done had the kids stay the night at 11 different people's house. It's in the paperwork, and Mel like the same way it's in the paperwork that you and Sheree relationship was just a business situation, and he gets up and storms off like a damn toddler with his fist balled up, child, looking like, hey Arnold, child, I ain't got time. I ain't got the time and the day for this. He leaves, he go gets the paperwork, he comes back, it ain't even the right paperwork. I say, girl, why y'all playing with me? Okay, goodness gracious. But Mel say the paperwork that he did bring out there is the same paperwork that he was sending to bloggers that was saying stuff about their kids. She said that Martell is the low. Martell, you are the lowest of the low. You are the scum of the bottom of a bucket, okay? Liar, liar, lying on me, got me looking bad out here in these streets, got me looking bad out here on TV. Carlos gets up and puts his hand on Martell's shoulder. Calm down for me. Have some respect for me and calm down. Please, calm down. Carlos sat back down in his seat, crossed his leg, kind of say, "Ooh, honey, I'm so glad that you two have moved on from each other." Hula. Child man say, "Yeah, girl, you see how toxic it was in that house?" And he told me some, "No, it wasn't. It wasn't that time." She said, "Yeah, it was. That's why I beat your ass that time." And it was like, "Ooh, wait a minute." I was like, "Ooh, Mel, Lord Jesus, baby, you dry snitching on yourself." Martell say, "Now let a man say that." Now he got a good point. Now if he would have said that to her, this would be a whole nother conversation. But we gonna go ahead, keep moving. All right, and then we move on to the next segment, which is about the Whitlows. Honey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I skipped all the way through this. Long story short, Tiffany was silently battling postpartum depression, and the whole time Lou wasn't there. Well, we find out what we already knew. Lou was at work, okay? Like I've been telling y'all, Lou was gone to work. She was home with the baby. It was a lot for her. She thought it was going to be like her previous pregnancies. It was not. They decided to walk away from the show for their mental health. Good job. Proud of you. A lot of people want to do it and don't have the courage to do it, but y'all did it. Good job. And we going to go and move on. All right. In the next segment, we are introduced to Miss Betty being on the stage. Carlos like, "Hey, Miss Betty." She like, "Hey." He like, "Oh, well, Miss Betty, is you happy to be here?" She like, "Today has been a long day." Oh, here we go with that negative ass energy. Stormy Cousin Jr. is also there. He stands up. He got on him a nice little suit. I said, "Go ahead up here dressed like you one of the main cast members. You better do it, Cousin Jr. All right." So then they take us down memory lane, all the mess that's going on with Stormy family, with the Cousin Junior getting fired, which caused beef between the aunties, which is Junior mama and Stormy mama, and it's beef because they feel like, oh, everybody ain't doing their part when it come time to watching the great grandma and all of this foolishness, child. Then we go into Miss Betty talking about how she didn't like Mel when she first met Mel because the energy was off. And I said, "Honey, you want to talk about some damn energy being off. But whatever, we're going to go ahead and move on." So you mean to tell me Miss Betty don't like Mel over some mess about a tweet? Miss Betty, you too damn old and too damn grown for this. You done been around the sun too many damn times for this now, Betty. Betty. So Carlos asked Miss Betty, "What is it about Melanie that makes you not like her?" Child, she slid her ass to the front of that damn seat and say, "See, now let me tell you." And things pop up in these groups. You can come back into these groups. And when she said groups, she talking about the chats and stuff on social media. Miss Betty got too much goddamn time on her hands. Anyway, she says that when this type of stuff pops up in these little group chats, that you could come back and you can correct the situation and say, "No, that's not what happened." So Carlos said, "Oh yeah, so you've been watching Love and Marriage Huntsville since season 1. She was like, "Yes, I have been watching." He was like, "Thank you for the ratings. I appreciate it." All of this mess is over when Mel was saying that somebody that was in her home was recording her, and it was insinuated that it was Stormy. So Stormy mom, Miss Betty, is mad that Mel ain't come out and say, "Oh, that wasn't Stormy," which Mel did come out and say that, but it was after Miss Betty had her blow up. And so Mel is agreeing with Stormy, saying, "I could understand why you would think that was about you, but my thing is, why did your mama have this whole blow up when all you had to do was call me?" Stormy says, "Well, I didn't have your number. I wasn't in communication with you." Well, boom, shakalaka right there. If you ain't even got her fucking number and y'all ain't in communication like that, this shouldn't even be no fucking big issue. Y'all ain't even cool like that for her to have to run back to the internet and make sure you good. And girl, what the hell is going on? Your mama is a effing fan. Your mama is a fan. And she been ain't like Mel. Since the show began, she been ain't like Mel, boo. She was just looking for a reason to attach herself to that. See, now I'm getting upset. Stormy is saying that based off that one tweet that Mel made, it was people trying to get her products taken off the shelves and all of that. Now the Melo meters do be going hard. Now I ain't gonna front and stunt, but Mel was like she did not know that. And then Stormy was like, "You did know it." And Mel like, "How do you know what I knew?" Even Martell was looking crazy like, "How in the hell do you know if she knew that or not?" You know what I'm saying? Either way, this was a petty ass argument that went way further than what it was supposed to go. Let's just say that. Went way further than what it was supposed to go. Child, and this is when we go into the part where Stormy gonna be sitting on that stage looking embarrassed as hell, okay? So Miss Betty gonna ask Mel, so you mean to tell me you make a post and you don't go back and you don't read none of the comments? Mel says, to be honest with you, Miss Betty, you got enough going on between you and your sister to even be worried about all of this. You know, you got enough going on that you could be focused on. Miss Betty tells her, mind your business. Mind your business. I'm like, wait a minute, Betty, ain't you in her business right now? See, all of this is foolishness, okay? Stormy over there looking embarrassed as hell because Mel was like, huh, what you say? Huh, what you say? Miss Betty, I said, she hollering and yelling. Girl, your mama is on TV looking like a damn fool. And that's the end of the episode. You guys, please get down there in them comments and tell me how y'all felt about this second half of the reunion. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you turn on that notification bell so you'll know anytime that I drop a video. Appreciate all y'all for coming through. Hope everybody have a good day. Peace.